Did GM do enough for the 2025 GMC Yukon AT4? Let's find out. I borrowed this SUV from Jerry Seiner, Buick GMC here in South Jordan, Utah. Be sure to ask for Matt Tilton in the commercial department. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see options and features on this build. At the very top is the description, and the color is going to be Summit White with the Forest Storm interior. Be sure to pause it for the standard equipment. It is a short listing. Base price is going to be $76,700, and here are all the options. AT4 premium package for $5,340, and this one has a 6.2 liter. Destination comes in at $1,995 with a total price of $86,080, and here are the Philly comment numbers. This truly is a home run for a refresh. They've done a few things up front, like restyled the grille, headlights, and lower bumper. And they did give it a new projector style too. As I've said in other videos, I'm going to try to come out later in the evening to drive one of these to see if they're any better. It does say precision LED right there. They also have the animations too, down below your fog lights, and you have parking sensors even off to the side right there. Red recovery hooks, satin finish, and on the grille, this is like a little bit darker trim. You have that AT4 badge and your cameras right there. And of course, why you would get a AT4 is to have better ground clearance. So there you go. The hood is pretty much a carryover too. And let's just take a quick peek at the suspension too. You can kind of see they have a cutout also in that bumper, which will give you a better approach angle. Double wishbone suspension. You do have an option to get air suspension as well, and they do stiffen that lower control arm too. Aluminum steer knuckle, and then you guys probably can tell too, fabric material for that liner. And then here are the tires. These are the Goodyear Wrangler Territory ATs, 20-inch wheel, 6-lug, 4-piston brakes. And if you care to see the tire sizes right here, 275, 60, 20, and then here is the capacity, 2,679 pounds at 51 psi. And look how they stamp this design here to give you an appearance of a fender flare too. Here's some of the badging. And then here's a side view. So no chrome. This one does have the power deployable running boards with the perimeter lighting. Smart key system for the front and rear doors. And your roof rails up there. Black trimming around the windows and around the mirrors too. You have cameras and those puddle lights right there. Blind spot monitoring. And then this is where you're going to fill up at. Because it has a 6.2 liter, premium is recommended. Out back, here are the restyled taillights. This does have a dual exhaust quad tips. I have to make sure I say that right because it's not a true quad exhaust, so you have the quad tips. However, they hide the hitch. And I'm not sure if you guys could tell, but they do give you those parking sensors right there. Now, I made this complaint in the last video on the AT4 I did. I do wish they would have had the same painted trimming for that plastic down below here. Hopefully you guys can see it. I think it would have really looked good on this design too. And check out this trim piece here. Some of your badges out back. You can't really tell that the taillights are new, but if I were to pull one up and show you side by side, they are definitely restyled. They provide 2 cameras back here, one for the rearview mirror, one for backup. And you can open this glass. See more of their trimming right here. And I don't really point this out anymore, but they do hide that windshield wiper. They did that for the complete redesign back in, I believe, what was it, 2021, somewhere in there, 22. And this is why you would get the XL, where you have more space behind that third row seat. power seats for that third row. You have to hold the button. It's a lot of space. And 120 volt power plug. You have your tie downs right there. Nice trimming below this floor. Decent storage. If you want to put those seats back up. They do go up pretty fast, so holding it's not a big deal. They also provide this button to put it down and a handle. And let's go ahead and pop the hood. I'm a little bummed by this Yukon because I was really hoping to get my hands on the Duramax because it did updates to that engine alone, but the 6.2 and the 5.3 are just carryovers. I wanted to put it up against a new diesel for 2024, that way I can get an apples to apples test, but we won't see that Duramax until later next year, unfortunately. But nevertheless, 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. All that power goes to a 10-speed transmission, 323 rear axle, and I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but this does have the limited slip diff on it too, which is nice. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. I did a video on a 2025 AT4 and a lot of people had mixed feelings about the interior color. I like the forest accent that they give you with the mahogany, and here's why. If you're looking to get an off-road truck, SUV, whatever, you have to have something that reminds you of nature, and I feel as though this interior does that. So if you want an off-road truck, then you should have a pretty cool interior color as well. I would like to even see some off-road colors for the exterior, like a forest green, sand color, you know, stuff like that. Now I'm gonna do something a little different in this video. If you want to see a full interior view, I'm gonna do the same thing in this one, but I'm gonna just quickly show you everything that's an option on this interior. Let's go ahead and get started. Number one, this twin panel moonroof is an option. So if you are looking to get a 2025 GMC Yukon AT4, you have to option to get this twin panel moonroof. I think it's worth it because it opens up all the way to the back, gives you nice views. Like, we have great mountains. You can probably see right there. See those mountains up there? Great for going through the mountains and having this open. Love that. Number two, if you go through this menu here, you'll have this HUD. If you don't know what HUD is, it's heads-up display. So up here, this is an option for the AT4. So if you want to get that, if you don't remember, you had to get that AT4 premium package to get this as well. Number three, I'll just show you the key for this one, the advanced security package. So what's included in that is the self-powered horn, interior movement sensors, vehicle inclination sensors, glass brake sensors and rear quarter glass and liftgate window, door and liftgate lock shields. So all that stuff is included in that package, and that's what's optional on this GMC as well. Number four, power sliding center console. This is an option, and I think I would 100% get this on because I like the hidden storage, and I like that you still have the armrest that slides. And for like my wife would be driving this, obviously I wouldn't drive this, but the idea that she can put her purse right here and she won't have to put it on the seat or on the floor. She can just keep it there and still have the luxury of having the armrest out too. Number five, these bucket seats are an option. So it would come standard with the bench. However, if you get the bench, you would still get the outboard part of the seats heated. And with that package, this power release is an option too. And lastly, the camera mirror was an option too. So if you want that, most of those things came under that premium package, which I think is a no-brainer if you are looking at this SUV. Here's a quick look at that dash. They do provide an AT4 badge here, 10-way seat. Actually, hold on, this might be a 12-way seat. Let's see. Yep, 12-way seat because I include the lumbar. It goes up and down. And notice the design for that perforated leather is also on the center console too. You see that mahogany stitching right there. They also give you the mahogany piping. You have some cup holders, wireless charger. You have 2 USBs. There's no cover for right here, but if you get the Denali, that would have a cover for this area and your cup holders. And since I'm already out back, you guys pretty much saw the controls here. 120 volt power plug. And then there's that door. No curtains out back. You have your air vents right there with LED lighting. Places to hang a few things too. And here's that third row seat. They do provide some USBs, cup holders on both sides. They still have perforated leather. Normally in the third row, they start getting really cheap back there. There's a lot of hard plastic, however. But in the second row, you still have all the soft touch on the doors, grab handles, and you only have one on the passenger side there. And just one more look at that dash too. Great design, a lot of soft touch, a little bit of storage on the side there. Let's go ahead and jump over to the driver's side. On the left side of the screen, you do have your electronic parking brake. Here are all your controls. And then you have your full drive modes, and then this is lighting. Now I didn't show this in the last few videos, so let's go ahead and do it now. Here are the drive modes. You have normal, sport, off-road, tow haul mode. Let's go ahead and click the tow haul mode icon. So they have some light tests and checklists right there too. If I swipe it again over here, they also give you information for the drive modes too. Not really important for some people, but hey, the only thing I would like to see from them is just giving a eco mode, because that'd be nice to have. I mean, sometimes it changes the shift pattern and transmission, things like that. Sometimes in some models, it'll even change the way the AC works too. I love how they designed this dash. Great design, 16.8 inch display, and this is 11 inch right there. And then here's some of the buttons on that steering wheel. Let's go ahead and try something real quickly. Push button start, and then here is your new shifter. And then this is a quick look at that backup camera. So this does have a self-parking. I'm going to try it real quickly. I've never done it before. And this will probably be the last thing I show you guys, because I think I've pretty much already shown you everything I care to show you. I'll link the other AT4 video, is a little bit more detailed than this one. But for now, like I said, I just want to show you this guy. So let's just say we're going to park like this. So start by pulling forward. Huh. Let's try it one more time. So I'm right next to the parking spaces. So I think I figured it out. If there's no cars in the parking spaces, it won't illuminate. So if there's some cars, I guess it can identify there's cars, and then it will pretty much start. So let's see what happens now. Oh, there it is. So it saw that there's a parking space. So let's go ahead and pick it. So park. And let's see what happens. I don't know what park spaces found, but found something. Oh, nice. Okay. Stay alert. Just gonna drive forward. And there it is. That's pretty cool, guys. You know, I've always been a fan of not ever using stuff like this, but there are people who just can't park big vehicles. All right, what are you doing? Okay, there it is. So it parked us. Let's see how it did. So it's out of the road. Okay. But you'll see back here, it is over the line. So I guess that sensor is on the front, and so it just puts it all the way back in there because it has to detect basically the end of the line right here. But you know, it worked pretty darn good, guys. It parked it as good as most. I mean, I've seen people park out here in Utah and it ain't good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers on the door, and that'll pretty much end the video. If you're a business owner or you plan on towing with this, these numbers are going to be important to you. Gross axle rating out front is going to be 3,800 pounds. The rear is 4,300 pounds with a 7,700 pound gross vehicle weight rating. 20 by 9 wide wheels. And here is the payload. 1,465 pounds. This thing weighs 6,235 pounds on the curb. 7,300 pounds of towing, which is lower than the regular, which is kind of interesting. And then here is the tire pressure. All in all, I think this is a good buy. I think that for the amount of features you get and the size of this thing, it's really a good contender in the market, and they made it better for 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will put another AT4 video at the end of this one. As I said earlier, I just wanted to show you some of the things I didn't show you in the last video, and I wanted to try out that self-parking because, you know, it's going to take a lot longer for you to park, but it is a nice feature to have if you have the time. See you guys soon.